Every time I get paid, I find myself heading straight to the casino. There's just something about the lights, the free drinks, and the energy of the crowd that pulls me in. It's more than gambling, it's an experience. I can walk in with $100 and sometimes walk out with $2,000. But honestly, I lose more often than I win. Still, the thrill keeps me coming back. The sound of the slot machines, the feel of the cards in my hand, the way the dice tumble on the table. It's addictive. Even when I leave with empty pockets, I can't help but think about the next time. It's not just about making money, it's about the rush. There's a moment when you're sitting at a slot machine, watching the reels spin or standing at the roulette table with your chips stacked high, where time stops. You don't think about work, bills, or responsibilities. It's just you and the game. That's what I crave. For a few hours, I can forget everything else and imagine hitting that life-changing jackpot. But the reality is, those wins are few and far between. I've had nights where I walked out feeling like a king, clutching a few $1,000s. On those nights, I feel unstoppable, like I've cracked some secret code. Then there are the other nights, the ones where I walk out with nothing but regret and an empty wallet. I've told myself 100 times, stick to a budget. Walk away when you're up. But once you're in the moment, logic doesn't exist. That's the trap. You tell yourself, one more hand. One more spin. Just one more. And before you know it, you're chasing losses with money you never planned to spend. Still, I can't stay away. The casino isn't just about the money, it's the people. The guy at the blackjack table telling his surefire strategies, the laughter of a group celebrating their first big win, the pit boss nodding as you place your bets. It's a community of risk-takers, dreamers, and thrill-seekers, all chasing that same high. Some nights, when I'm lying in bed, the regret hits hard. I think about the bills I could have paid, the things I could have bought, the vacations I've dreamed of. But then payday rolls around, and the cycle starts again. Deep down, I know I need to find balance, but every time I see those neon lights, hear the music, and feel the buzz in the air, it pulls me back in. It's not just gambling, it's hope. The hope that one day, I'll hit it big and change my life forever. And until that day comes, I'll keep spinning, dealing, and rolling the dice, chasing a dream that's always just out of reach. My name is Tony, and I guess you could call me a gambler, not just in the casino but in life. I've always believed in taking risks, in chasing after what most people are too scared to go for. Maybe that's why the casino feels like home to me. It's a place where anything can happen, where the next roll of the dice could change your life, or remind you just how far you've fallen. I've been at this for years. Some people might call it a problem. I call it a passion. Sure, I've made mistakes. I've spent money I shouldn't have, chased losses I couldn't afford, and let that rush blind me to reality. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that gambling isn't just about money. It's about the thrill, the hope, and the idea that you're just one lucky break away from something big. I've seen it all, the high rollers throwing down thousands like it's pocket change, the first-timers nervously feeding $20 bills into a slot machine, and the seasoned pros who know how to play the long game. And me? I'm somewhere in between. I don't walk in with a millionaire's bankroll, but I know enough to read the room, play the odds, and sometimes, just sometimes, walk away a winner. But here's the thing, I don't just love the game, I respect it. Gambling has taught me lessons I couldn't learn anywhere else. Patience, discipline, the power of luck, and the sting of overconfidence. Every win, every loss, every night I've spent staring at a pair of dice or a spinning wheel, it's all a part of my story. And maybe, as you read this, you'll see yourself in me. Maybe you've chased dreams, taken risks, or found yourself caught up in something you couldn't quite let go of. If so, welcome to my world. It's not perfect, and it's not always pretty, but it's mine. So, pull up a chair, grab a drink, and let me take you on a journey of wins, losses, lessons, and life. Because in the end, whether you're holding cards, spinning reels, or just trying to make it through another day, we're all gambling on something. Let me tell you about my first time at a casino. I was barely old enough to get in, still green, with no idea how any of the games worked. I walked through those big glass doors and into a world that felt alive in a way I'd never experienced before. The flashing lights, the hum of conversation, the sudden bursts of cheers when someone hit it big. It was electric. I didn't win that night. In fact, I lost the $50 I had in about 20 minutes. But I wasn't mad. I was hooked. There was something about the energy of the place that made me want to come back. It wasn't about the money, it was about the possibilities. The idea that at any moment, everything could change. Since then, I've learned a lot. I know my way around a craps table now, and I can hold my own in a poker game. I've picked up little tricks and strategies, though I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of it comes down to luck. That's the part I've come to accept. You can read all the books and watch all the tutorials you want, but at the end of the day, the cards will fall how they fall, and the wheel will spin where it wants. But that doesn't mean I don't play smart. Over the years, I've developed my own rules, guidelines to keep me in check. Like never betting more than I can afford to lose, always walking away when I hit a certain win amount, and never chasing losses. Of course, sticking to those rules is easier said than done. There've been nights where I've broken every one of them. I've had highs that made me feel invincible and lows that made me swear I'd never step foot in a casino again. But somehow, I always come back. It's not just about the games, it's about the escape. For a few hours, I'm not thinking about work or stress or anything else. It's just me, the game, and the chance to come out on top. If you've never gambled before, you might not understand why I keep going back. And if you have, then you know exactly what I mean. It's not just about the money. It's the thrill of taking a chance, of betting on yourself, of believing, if only for a moment, that the odds might be in your favor. That's who I am. A gambler, a risk-taker, and maybe a little bit of a dreamer. This is my story, and if you're ready to roll the dice, it just might be yours too. There are a few people in my life who've played a role in my gambling journey. Some might call them enablers. I call them part of the hustle. One of them is my best friend, Rico. Rico doesn't gamble himself. He says he's too scared to lose money, but he loves the excitement of the casino. He's the guy who stands behind me at the table, hyping me up when I'm on a roll and talking me down when I'm about to bet it all. Then there's Lila. She's complicated. Lila is someone I've known for years, and while we're not exactly close, she's always been there when I needed a little extra cash to make my plays. She's lent me money more times than I can count. I always tell her the same thing: I'll double it, maybe triple it, and pay you back by the end of the night. Most of the time I do. But not always. See, that's the tricky part. When you're on a winning streak, it feels like the money is endless. You can turn $500 into $5,000 in just a few hands. But when you're losing, it's like throwing money into a black hole. There's no getting it back, no matter how hard you try. One night stands out in particular. I'd borrowed $2,000 from Lila, more than I should have asked for, and told her I'd have it back to her by morning. Rico came with me to the casino, and we were feeling good, ready to turn that money into something big. At first, things went great. I was up $4,000 at the blackjack table, and it felt like nothing could stop me. Rico was cheering me on, the dealer was laughing, and I was already imagining what I'd do with the winnings. Pay Lila back, treat myself to something nice, maybe even take a little break from gambling for a while. Jeremy Tubbs is a multifaceted author, entrepreneur, and music producer whose journey of personal growth and transformation is reflected in his work. Known for his deep insights into overcoming obstacles and finding true fulfillment, Jeremy draws from his own experiences in the worlds of music, business, and life. His writings, rich with authenticity and passion, inspire readers to embrace the challenges of life and discover the power of redemption, self-awareness, and perseverance. Through his books, Jeremy shares not only his personal stories but also offers guidance and motivation for others looking to overcome adversity and achieve their goals. His works explore themes of resilience, self-discovery, and the importance of finding meaning beyond material success. Whether you're looking for personal development, a dose of inspiration, or an exploration of life's deeper questions, Jeremy's books provide valuable lessons and powerful insights. If you're looking to dive into Jeremy Tubbs' thought-provoking stories and discover the lessons he's learned along his journey, you can find his books on Amazon and Google Play Store. With a growing collection of titles, Jeremy is committed to making a lasting impact in the literary world, helping others navigate their own paths to success and fulfillment. Visit his pages on Amazon and Google Play today to explore his work and join the many readers who have already been inspired by Jeremy Tubbs' powerful message. Buy now on Amazon. Download from Google Play Store. Start your journey with Jeremy Tubbs today.